That game under Ruben Amorim, we lose like 3-0.
Oh,
The way
100%.
Everton played, right? Like can you imagine how we would have tried to deal with those corners? By the way, the absolute disgrace.
Go on.
The disgrace that Everton were pulling in our 6-yard box, and the way that they were shoving Lenny Yoro. Stella Lomans were starting each corner 3 yards behind the goal line. They still couldn't get a single shot on target, I don't think, from any of those corners the entire time, because we had just some nice guy who looks like he should be playing, like, working as an accountant. Stella Lomans, by the way, I think had a fantastic game last night.
That's what I was going to say.
He had a great game. But the way Everton did those... I honestly think, in the grand scheme of things, those type of corners need to get banned in the Premier League. They need to crack down on them, because the way, like...
Crack down? They can't crack down on anything.
I know they can't do it, but they should.
Apparently a push in the box, a push in the back, but we'll see it get given again next week.
No, it's
that I'm still holding on to it.
But like, it's like in the way of like Tarkowski eventually got a yellow because he basically physically assaulted Lenny Yoro at one point and shoved him into the back of the net.
He was getting away with a lot yesterday.
Tarkowski?
Yeah,
he's getting away with everything.
But that kind of turned against him because when you guys did score your goal, but his positioning, well, the fact that Šeško sprinted past him and just left him in the dust, I was like, there's no way you should be letting him, one, why are you that high forward or whatever, leaving one guy, one other defender behind you to go up against Mbuma, who's already a rocket by himself. Yeah. And then having Benjamin Šeško just glide past him.
Did you
hear what they said on comms about him last night?
What, Šeško?
The new Ole Gunnar Solskjaer.
Oh yeah,
I did hear that. I mean, at the moment, obviously, he's got 6 goals in 7 games.
Very good off the bench.
But it's coming off the bench.
But he's been. I mean, cool.
How do you feel about him? How do you feel about him starting? Because a lot of people are like,
see him start
him, and then he hasn't started him, and then every time he's come off the bench and.
Well, look, he's doing a fantastic job off the bench. It's the kind of role that Garnacho had. I remember, like, you would have seen it a few years ago, where it was like Garnacho's first season. Yeah. He kept coming off the bench with 20 minutes to go, and he was getting goals. He got like 15 goal involvements or something, or literally off the bench last season. Already, he's like Šeško's under Carrick. Our bench players have scored more goals this season under Carrick than they did under Amorim. Yeah. We had 1 goal off the bench under Amorim before he got sacked this season. Whereas, like, it's great because let's say Šeško does start. I would like to see him start, especially against Palace. Yeah. Obviously, they're only their second in 16 games on the weekend.
Please beat them.
Yeah, well, are they part of your relegation?
Well, they're in and I don't think they're really in and around.
No, they are. Palace are back to where they belong. They're 13th.
Yeah, but points wise, I don't think there's much in it. But
I think they're 9 off or something like that.
Yeah. I need them to have some low keep the confidence.
Yeah, I mean, look. Palace are going through it. They are going. I mean, we spoke about this before. I think we spoke about this on Friday. About they probably had the worst January probably of all time of any Premier League club we've seen. In the way that
they had won a game.
No, but like, did you see what happened?
It's nearly March, Dylan.
Their manager announced.
Won a game.
No, but in January, their manager announced that their captain was leaving, and then in the press conference went, "Yes, you know what? I'm going to leave as well." Fair. And then they lost their captain after losing Eze.
They're 6 points off us. Yeah.
6. Look. Wait, if we can do you a favour,
if you could.
Look,
that would be lovely.
I'm confident we'll beat them because they are in tatters.
If you could draw against them, that would be great.
Well, are you feeling threatened?
Threatened?
No, it's just been bad wine.
No, I know. I'm taking the mic.
Do you know what the funny thing? Yeah, these Man United fans keep joking about this, like they think they can catch us, fam. Get this out of your minds right now. It's not happening,
bro. Is it
bro.
actually possible?
Yeah, you think you're going to achieve the greatest comeback of all time? It's not happening.
9 or 10?
No, that's mad. Even I can't.
No, obviously we're not catching, but it would be very. For me, it'd be very funny if we ended up finishing the season about like 5 points off you or something.
If you played the last 2 games, the Everton and West Ham game, as good as you had played the other games in that run where you was winning, I would be going. Wait a minute.
But they are very different types of games. You've been through it so much this season where teams have basically 100%. Gone, you know what, we're going to sit there. 100%. And you haven't looked good in those games as you have the other ones.
100%.
Like, so when you beat Spurs, because Spurs thought, you know what, it's 2-1 here, maybe, or 1-1 at half time, maybe we can do something. You just then rip through them. Those are the kind of games when we beat City, when we rip through you and score 3 against you, but when we beat Spurs with 10 men. That was even
different because Spurs in the first half, they got given a goal and they weren't going to do anything. We knew we was going to rip them either way. Like, they was getting ripped.
Right.
Do you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. We're in the game yesterday, I went, this game could go either way.
But I do.
If it wasn't, I swear down.
I think the way we managed that game,
it was so good.
He put in such a good thing yesterday. If you lot had Onana in goal yesterday,
we lost 4-0.
Finish.
Oh yeah, no, it would have been. But the way I then see that is we've got good goalkeeper. Like I wouldn't say anything Le Mans did last night was. Like absolutely spectacular. I cannot believe he did that. He played his best game I've seen for us so far by far and away.
You've forgotten where you've come from. You've forgotten who was in goal for you.
What, in Onana?
I think you should be saying that every performance that Lamens puts in is spectacular.
No, but yeah, and compared to Andre Onana, yes.
Yeah,
but
it's just having a guy that can do the basic things right.
Yeah, and it's great. It's fantastic.
And not have to worry about, come in and claim a cross on the corner or get beaten at your near post.
And it gives your defence some calm behind them.
But what I'm saying is that I don't think Lomans is, for example, performing absolutely out of his skin. No, I think he is just a good goalkeeper. Yeah. So when people are saying like, "Oh, did Senna Lomans save United with his punching?" I'm like, cool.
Flex called him last night.
He has had Baby Courtois since he was at Antwerp.
Baby Courtois.
We'll see. Baby Courtois, Baby Van der Sar, whatever. I mean, look, he's Senna Lomans and he's a good goalkeeper. But for me, like you talk about the performance not being the best. No, it wasn't. It wasn't our best performance all season. Has still been that Man City game and also probably the Arsenal game as well. Like two very different types of performances, but they were against teams who wanted to slap us and couldn't. Whether it's these teams, so Everton, I, with all due respect, wouldn't say they are the 9th best team in the Premier League, but they're sitting 9th. So I think they're performing under David Moyes quite well. West Ham, when we played them, I think had like 4 wins in 5 or something. They were very much on the up. They are on the up on the Nuno at the moment compared to they were 4 or 5 months ago. Yeah. So you had 2 teams who wanted to sit there, absorb the pressure, hit us on the counter, and try and get the points. You know, you got Bowen for West Ham. You got Njai. Well, is it Njai? Is that how you say his name?
Who are you trying to talk about? Mate?
West Ham. Huh? Yeah. Yeah, sorry if I got that wrong. I'm very tired. But like you got team you got I got it right. I got it right. I just wanted to double check that I got it right. If you got Njai also on the counter, that was the plan. We were then able to eventually, obviously, Šeško broke through off the bench both times to get those goals to obviously win us 3 points, 3 or 4 points with his couple of goals. And I'm just like, cool, hard games, a game where David Moyes, it basically went, right, lads, hit it as high as you can, as often as you can, just all in the air everywhere, and try and just assault the centre-backs, assault the goalkeeper, something will happen. David Moyes, after the game, basically went, I cannot believe how good that goalkeeper was.
Yeah.
He literally went, he could not believe. He was like, we thought we could just bully him, and we couldn't. Because like Senna Lomans is good at that, but when you say, it's not the best performance, etc., I think it's just a case of we managed to battle against what was coming to us. Away games, horrible atmospheres, obviously for away teams. I know the weather was for both teams. You know, we got to remember it's been raining. Got to remember it's been raining. God.
Say it again.
You must remember, it's been raining.
It's been raining.
It's been raining for both teams, Ty. Come on.
Do you know what? There's so many amazing football culture moments that have come out of this building.
Oh, yeah.
It has been
endless.
So
and I reckon about half of them are Ty.
Yeah.
Iconic, man.
He's the best.
He's the one of my favorite people. But overall, like you can talk about, maybe the performance weren't great, but I'm really happy to see that we were able. Obviously, after going 1-0 down against West Ham, a draw and a win, and also Šeško should have scored a second. Yeah. To be fair, and also the ref last night as well. The number of yellow cards Everton didn't get. I had seen Ahmad coming towards goal, and Branthwaite was pulling him back like it was nothing, and the ref went, it's a foul, and everyone went,
bruv, his shirt was stretching like this.
And then Branthwaite later on ripped Ahmad's shirt. Like literally, you got the United Twitter account and the Instagram, their social team were like making things up. There's easier ways to get hold of Man United shirts, by the way, than ripping them in half. But overall,
How do you even rip a shirt in half?
It was ripped down to about here.
I know, but it's actually quite mad when you think of the material.
They're not easy to rip at all. They're quite durable, those shirts.
They're very durable.
Yeah, but regardless, I'm so happy for Šeško. I would like to see him start. Even if it doesn't work against Palace, let's say he doesn't have a great game, cool. He can come off the bench and he can still be what he's doing at the moment. But I would like to see him given the chance to start because 6 goals in 7 games, 6 goals in I think 93 minutes or like 100 and something. No, I think it's 93 minutes.
It's a good turnaround, and it's a good time for maybe Carrick to build on the confidence that he will have and go, do you know what? Yeah, I'm going to start you now. because it's even the same thing. Obviously, coming into a new league and having to learn the team, learn all these things when you're starting, learn how the league works.
It does.
Takes a bit of time, and then certainly, and we've seen it with some of the other strikers that have come into the league, having that knock of the confidence of you not coming in and performing straight away out the gate. When you get that time to just be eased in and go, do you know what, I'm starting to perform now. You just need the manager to back you and say, all right, yeah, you can start and see what you can do.
Like some of the comments talking about obviously the 40 games a season thing, which is true. Like, so one of the comments here, Iceberg 213 says, don't get carried away. You are benefiting from playing 40 games a season. I know. But the thing is, also cool, because a lot of people have asked me, obviously I'm a United fan, and they go, okay, who do you want? Michael Carrick stay in charge? My general response is, I do not care about next season until next season. We need to finish in these Champions League spots badly, right? We need the extra 100 million quid that it will give us in transfer wise. It will free up wages, budgets.
But this is what I was going to say. This is what I was going to say about your performances, because obviously I don't know how true this thing about Carrick saying the players are getting a bit more rest and leniency in their training and stuff like that. When you're playing less games, you need to be even more match fit because you're performing less.
I agree.
So in the West Ham game, and then again yesterday, like the West Ham game, I went, okay, yeah, 1-0 or whatever. But then yesterday it was pretty much the same kind of performance. And I don't know if it's like some players were looking kind of a little bit tired, just not looking up to their full.
Well, is it interesting? Like, okay, what would you guys say is the ideal number of days between games? I know obviously being away from home and a bit home is different.
I think it's difficult because, again, you're not a robot. But I think probably 3.
Said about a month ago, I think we can finish third.
Yeah.
Because the situation is everything. Why it's in our favour is a different story, but it is in our favour right now. We've ended up in this situation where we look great. Since the start of 2026, we are top of that league in terms of like 16 out of 18 points. No team's got more. Which is great. Like it shows.
That's funny, just because when we used to do that, you lot used to love. That don't count for nothing. It's just a calendar year. What are you talking about?
That's because you would do it in November.
True.
No,
November.
No.
Yes, we bottled the league title.
Not November. Not November.
No, you did it 3 years in a row.
Cut his mic off. Yeah.
3 years in a row you did that.
No. This is what you used to have. And I'm talking back in the days. Yeah, I'm talking Wenger days. Yeah, Yeah, because we would do the thing where we would get to February, then we would drop out of everything, then we'd get to the end of the season, not win anything, and Wenger would turn around and go, well, in the calendar year, we have the most points of all the teams. And then you lot would laugh at us, fam. And now you're turning around and you're doing that right now.
Yeah, because you would do it at the end of the year and parade it around like it was some massive success.
I just told you what it is, like, and you just telling me the difference.
Years, we've got more points than Man City over the last like 3 seasons. I'm doing it in the middle of February because all I'm saying is that we look good, we look fresh, and we look fit.
I already triggered you, fam. Your hair went flying everywhere, fam.
To go back to your point about the performances and stuff that you said at the beginning, if we play a bit of an iffy game against Palace, then maybe I'll be like, okay, we need to reassess. Like, we can't be doing that again. But I do think the performances against West Ham, I was annoyed at the performance against West Ham. And people who were watching, Laurie was going on like, oh, you're so entitled, Dylan, you don't deserve those 3 points anyway. But the performances were kind of, the Everton game that's what was going to happen.
Wait, are you playing Palace at home or away?
At home. On Sunday.
Oh yeah, you'll be in.
That's what I mean. Is that we're back at home on Sunday at Old Trafford. First time in like 3 weeks we've been at Old Trafford. Crowd will be up for it, ready for it. Hopefully Šeško starts, get some goals in, and then everything will be all right. Ronnie Dodge also says Loman's best bargain. We got Šeško pace is scary. I do think Loman's pound for pound's been one of the best signings I've seen from us in a long time.
I'd agree with that.
So obviously, like Mbumo's fantastic signing. Cunha, I think, has been a great signing. But you're buying a £60 million player for £60 million. Yeah. I think 18 million quid for Lomans is a very, very good buy. Very, very good buy. Considering the other alternative that Ruben Amorim wanted was Emi Martinez for like 35. And he was pushing so hard for that, and our goalkeeper scout went, nah. He went, no.
I think they didn't listen to him.
Yeah,
Thank God we didn't give him a veto.
Flex said what all United needed from a goalkeeper.
You're getting props for your Wenger impression, by the way.
No, all Flex said was that you guys needed a goalkeeper that needed to be not noticed.
Yeah.
A normal guy, the boring guy that sits in the back of the class and does nothing. You don't even notice he's there. He just does his work.
Did you see
and
what
he goes
they
on
called
about his
him
business.
on Versus last night?
Nah.
Oh, they called him the accountant. They said that he's the Vat van der Sar.
Oh, is it?
It was actually
that's
really funny.
that's
Let
very
me
good.
Find it. It was actually really jokes.
Hey, Filthy Fellas is brilliant.
No, that was their Versus.
Oh, was that Versus? Sorry, I mean, well, regardless, shout out.
Regardless.
Shout out. It's because I've been seeing
really
so many
funny.
KG clips of Filthy Fellas recently. Because KG's just constantly on it, chatting.
Hey,
what he does.
KG. I don't, because I ain't been watching your live streams yet, obviously, because I'm working on other channels that will not be named. United View. Anyway, he had a soundbite for Benjamin Šeško, yeah, and I made it for him, yeah, and we were singing it for the whole of pre-season.
What was the song?
It was Cisco just doing his ad libs.
Oh, I'm dead.
Yeah, that, yeah. I just wanted to we were waiting the whole pre-season and the whole thing, and we thought that the button might get rinsed because this guy was meant to be like the truth.
Yeah.
And it hasn't happened. So I just wanted to check KG if you was actually doing that. I say that, I'm probably just going to call you and be like, oh, have you pressed the Cisco button?
But on the topic of goalkeepers, also last night as well, I don't know if you guys saw that Jamie Carragher did his list of the top 10 Premier League goalkeepers of all time.
Right.
And I want to know if you disagree with any of these. So at number 10, he got Pepe Reina. Number 9, David Seaman. Number 8, Neville Southall. Number 7 was Edison. Number 6 was Edwin van der Sar. Number 5, Thibaut Courtois. Number 4, David De Gea. Number 3, Alisson. Number 2, Peter Schmeichel. Number 1, Petr Cech. It's an interesting list. Like, because
disagree with any of them.
I think De Gea is too high, personally.
I think so as well.
Yeah,